Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Tonight I'm going to show you how I have done this set of nails, and the products, the coloured acrylics that I've used for this set are from Pixie Nails, and the clear acrylic is from Glitterbels, my go-to favourite. So keep watching and I'll explain how it goes along the way. So that's me all ready to go. Now I've got my pots all lined up, that's it. So I'm going in with the thumbnail. I normally start with the thumbnail, it's just a habit of mine. So I'm going to put the Tiffany colour all over the thumb. This is the first time I've used Pixie Nails, so working with acrylic for over the years, you do tend to get a feel for them. But usually with coloured acrylics, you would use it that little bit wetter. So I'm basically putting it all over the nail. I'm using it like a polish. I'm just polishing it down the nail. I'm not worrying about strength. That will come with the capping when I start to cap it in clear. So after I've done the Tiffany colour, I'll go in with a little bit of glitter. And the glitter is from Glitterbels and it's called Mercury. And that is just to break up the block colour of the Tiffany. Onto the index finger. This one is going to be a marble, and I'm just using the two colours. I'm using the Tiffany colour and the patent black from Pixie Nails. What I've done is I've put the Tiffany and the black up at the cuticle area, and I've just spread that down a bit. That just makes sure that I get the cuticle area quite neat. And then using really wet beads of the two colours, that's how we're going to do our marble. So I'm not going to introduce any other colour. Normally I would do white when I'm doing a marble, but with this one I just want to use the two colours and keep the colours quite strong. So I've went back up into the cuticle area there because I wasn't really happy with how it had turned out, so I just added a little bit more of the teal and the patent black, and then I went in and popped in some glitter. Okay, onto the middle finger. I'm using Picture Bell Cover, and that's from Glitterbels. So I'm going to extend the nail bed. So I'm just bringing that down and just shaping out the smile line because I want it to get as crisp as possible. Then the next bead is my cuticle bead. It's going to be a bit bigger than normal because I want to try and build the apex now in this nail rather than capping it. So I'm just smoothing it down the nail, just making sure that it's nice and flush. Then I'll let that cure and I'll come back with a file and just refine that smile line. Okay, so on again to the ring finger. This is the other marble nail that I'm going to do. I actually prefer how this one turned out compared to the first one, so I'm just using the first one as a practice, and this is the better one. So I'm doing it exactly the same as the first one. I'm using the wet beads and I'm doing my upward swishy swirly movement, and with the brush going side to side and just continuing that down the nail. So again, I pop a little bit of glitter on this one just to make it look nice. You know, I'm trying not to talk so fast because in Northern Ireland we tend to talk really fast, so I'm trying to slow everything down to make it really clear for you, and hopefully you can understand me, because I know that I pronounce some of the words a little bit differently. So you know, if there's anything that you can't make out, just pop it in the comments below and I can answer you. So under the little finger, this one is more or less the same as the thumb, so I'm putting the Tiffany colour all over the whole nail, using really wet bead and just painting it on just as if it was a polish. And then the glitter on this one, I'm just putting up at the cuticle area and just bringing it down just ever so slightly, just in a sort of like a triangle-y sort of shape. Is that even a word, triangle? So yeah, I don't want to do too much glitter on this nail, so I really wanted every nail to be different. So I know I haven't capped these nails yet, but because I know I'm going to go in with my file just to redefine that smile line and just make it that bit sharper, I always like to close up my pots just so they don't get contaminated with dust or my elbow knocking them over like has happened before. Quick cleanse over, and then I'm going back in with the Tiffany colour and I'm going to put that right up to the smile line and then just paint it down the rest of the nail. You don't need to use a lot for this because we're going to cap it in the clear. So I'm just pushing it right up there into the side walls. I'm just adding a little bit more because I want my colour to be nice and even. I don't want to have any see-through parts. And then I'm going to go in with the glitter and I'm just going to put that just at the smile line and just spread it down ever so slightly, in like a S shape. Again, just a different shape that I'd used the glitter on the other nails. I like every nail to be different. So this is me capping the nails, and I'm capping the nails with Glitterbels glass slippers. I've not shown in the video all the nails being capped because they're all capped the same way, and I'm doing it for the strength. So we've got I'm building up our apex and making sure there's plenty of clear, just so that I'm not going to buff out any of the colour, because most of the coloured acrylics, they're not like core powders, so if you buff Okay, onto my filing. Again, because I've started my acrylic on the thumb, I usually then would start the filing process on the thumb. So how I start is I make sure my side walls are nice and straight. I make sure I've got the correct length and shape at the free edge, and then I will start from the sides of the nails up to the center, and I do that on both sides. This is what's going to help me create the apex and keep a good structure of the nail. Yeah, I always look at the nails from all different angles, so you'll normally, as a client, you'd see my head bobbing about all different places, but this is what gives me a good view of the nail, so that I can see that it's even, my apex is in the correct place, and that my nails are straight. Okay, onto the index finger. So again, I've started making sure that my side walls are completely straight and in line, and then I'll go along the free edge and just make sure that it's nice and straight. And like I said before, go from the side walls up to the center, and that's what's going to help create and keep the apex where I have placed it. Then I'll start to file over the whole nail, very carefully around the cuticle, just to make sure that it's nice and even there, and you don't have that sort of ridge at the cuticle. Yeah, you always want to make sure that your cuticle area is nice and flush with the acrylic. That if you put your nail in, where the acrylic is, if you can like pick it, if you can feel a ridge, then you know that it's not flush, and that could lead to lifting. With the extended nail bed, I've decided to actually bring out my e-file. This will help me just get that smile line really crisp without having to hand file it all. E-files are great as long as they're used properly. You know that you're using them wrong whenever you feel heat. And there's all different drill bits that you can get, just to make sure that you're using your files safely. Okay, so once I'm happy with the shape of the nails, I always go in with a buffer just to smooth out any fine lines, and then do a quick cleanse over with some alcohol and top coat. So here we are. Here's the finished nails. This time I'm sorry I didn't get a video of me putting the rhinestones on, but I promise I will make sure that I video it the next time. So if you have watched the video and you like it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.